If you say you serve everyone, you've already lost. Now, there are few organizations like the Red Cross, Goodwill, or the Salvation Army that do serve broad populations, but even they have parameters. The Red Cross serves anyone affected by a disaster. Goodwill serves anyone seeking job training or affordable goods. And the Salvation Army focuses on people experiencing poverty or crisis. They have focus. For most organizations, especially smaller community-based groups applying for grants saying we serve everyone, signals a lack of clarity. Funders see we serve the whole community, or we serve all ages, or anyone who needs help, and they move on, because when you serve everyone, you serve no one well. And here's the reality. Funders want to see focus. They want to know exactly who you serve and why that population needs your services, and how you understand their specific challenges. If you can't define your target population clearly, funders assume you don't have a clear program model, you don't have strong outcomes data, or you're otherwise not ready for their investment. So let me show you what a well-defined target population looks like and why this level of specificity actually strengthens your work. Funders interpret broad language as a lack of focus. When you say we serve the whole community, funders hear you haven't done a needs assessment. You don't understand who is most impacted by the issues you address. You can't measure outcomes because your population is undefined, and you're trying to be everything to everyone. Specificity signals credibility, and compare these two statements. We serve low-income families, or we serve single-parent households in South Seattle with annual incomes 200% below the federal poverty line, where there's at least one child under the age of 5. The second statement tells funders that you know your geography, you know your income parameters, you know your family structure, and you know the age range of the children you serve. This level of detail shows you've done your homework. You can serve multiple populations, but you need to define each one. Some organizations do serve more than one group, and that's fine, but you need to be able to name each population specifically and explain how your services are tailored to their needs. Saying we serve everyone is different from saying we serve 3 distinct populations, X, Y, and Z, and here's how our programs address their unique needs. So here's what funders want to see. Funders want demographic specificity. When defining your target population, include the age range. Is it children 0 to 5, teens 4 to 18, or adults 55 and older? The geographic location. Do you service specific neighborhoods or zip codes or counties or regions? And income level. The percentage of federal poverty line or the median income brackets. And other relevant demographics. Race and ethnicity, if disparity data supports it. Languages spoken. Immigration status, housing status, disability status, etc. Now, if you want to learn how to navigate retranslating DEI language in funding applications, especially in the current political climate, drop a comment and I'll create a video on that. Also, I have a free toolkit that goes deeper into this. Funders want to see documented need. Once you define your population, you need to show why they need your services. This means, what challenges does this population face? And what data supports this claim? Is it census data, or community health assessments, or community needs assessments, school district reports, or local studies, for example? And what disparities exist? How does this population compare to the broader community on key indicators like health, education, employment, and safety? Here's an example of a strong population definition with documented needs in practice. We serve youth 14 to 18 in the Central District of Seattle, a neighborhood where 42% of households live below the poverty line, compared to 12% citywide. According to Seattle Public Schools data, only 58% of students in this area graduate on time. compared to 78% citywide. Our program targets students who are behind on credit and at risk of not graduating. What this does is define the population by age and geography, provides disparity data like poverty rates and graduation rates, and shows how the program responds, targets students behind on credits. So, defining your population clarifies your program design. When you know exactly who you serve, you can design programs that are relevant and responsive, hire staff who reflect and understand the community, and measure outcomes that matter to the population, and then build trust because your work is tailored, specific, and intentional. And it also helps you say no to the wrong opportunities. When your population is clear, you can make better decisions about which opportunities you pursue. If you serve foster youth ages 16 to 24, you wouldn't apply or even consider a grant to serve elementary students, even if the funding is available. The alignment is wrong, and clarity helps you see that immediately. Clarity helps you protect your mission. So, how do you define your target population? Start with who you're already serving. Look at your current participants or clients. Who are they, and what do they have in common? Pull their demographic data, their age, the geography, their income level, for example, their race or ethnicity, the languages read or spoken, and other relevant characteristics. This gives you the baseline. And then you add the needs and disparity data. Once you know who you serve, find data that shows why this population needs your services. You can use things like the local government reports, or school district data, or public health department statistics, or census data, or other community needs assessments. These strengthen your case. Write it down clearly and own it. Your target population could be 1 or 2 sentences that anyone could understand, and test it out. Can someone outside your organization read your population definition and picture exactly who you serve? If yes, then you have clarity. And again, if you're navigating DEI language translation in your funding applications, and this is something you're working through, let me know in the comments and I'll create a dedicated video on that. If you want to see how well you have defined your target population and where the gaps might be, the Core Funding Readiness Scorecard will walk you through it. You'll get an immediate score and specific feedback on what funders need to see. The link is in the description.